Have you ever listened to a song and thought, wow, that is an amazing kick drum. I wish I had that kick drum and I wish I could use it in my beats. Well, you're in luck. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can extract any kick drum from any song and extract it and use it in your songs. So let's dive right in. Now, I'm going to assume you have some software to extract your song, like, I don't know, buy the MP3 from Amazon maybe. Get the MP3. Once you've got the MP3, import it into your DAW. So one of my favorite kick drums at the moment is from Dua Lipa's album, Future Nostalgia. And Ian Kirkpatrick is the producer. Now, Ian, if you ever watch this video and you find out I'm extracting your kick drum, I apologize. Actually, I don't. I couldn't resist it. It's just too good, man. This is a great kick if I wanted to do some dance, disco type of stuff. It's so good. So the first thing to do is try to find a point in the song where there's just the kick drum. But even if there is other instrumentation, it doesn't matter. This still works, okay? But just make it easy on yourself. There. A little bit of bass on it. I'll put a marker there, and I'll see if I can find a better one. So there we go. We've got a kick drum, which is kind of isolated. There's some other elements in there, but it doesn't matter. We're going to take those things away with some clever processing. So the first thing you want to do is just duplicate it. So I'm going to duplicate the track. I'm going to mute the first one. Now on this second one that I've created here, I'm going to call this LF for low frequency. And what we're trying to do here is split this into 3 bands. So the first band is going to be low frequency, where all the energy is. Then you've got the low mids, where the body of the kick drum is. And then you get all the high end, where all the clickiness and the attack is. So first of all, I'm just going to extract just the low frequencies. So I'll put a filter, an EQ rather, on this one. And I'll use, I think I'll use an ozone equalizer. Now, so what I'm going to do is just take this band here, and you want to go down to about 180 hertz, something like that, and create a low pass filter like that. You want to create a slope which is quite high. I think I can go up to 48. Is it on this? Or 36? 48 decibels per octave. So you can see I'm just getting the very low frequencies. You're going to need headphones for this, I'd imagine, right? I think about 100 hertz is okay. 100 hertz. So we're done for part 1. Duplicate the track, and we're going to call this MF, mid. And this time, you're going to take that, which is set to 100 hertz, and you're going to flip this out to become a high pass, like this. And again, set this to a high decibel per octave slope. So we've set this high pass filter. Okay, but we're also getting all the top end as well, the high frequencies. So we want to get rid of that. So you want to set this one to be a low pass now. You want to let everything below it through. And again, a very steep curve. And what you're doing now is just going to move this around until you find the very top of that body. Not in the top end. Just the thud. I think about 2K is good. Just double check myself. Yeah, it's getting into the high end if I go too much higher. I'm going to make this 2000 just to keep the numbers easy for this tutorial. You want to play around with that until you just get the top of the thud. Then you duplicate the track again, and you're going to go for HF on this one. And now you call up the EQ here, and you turn this one into a high pass. So everything above it. So I'm choosing the exact same points, okay? Because what I'm doing is splitting the whole audio bandwidth into 3 sections. I'm using the exact same points of each crossover. So what happens when you combine them all together, you still have the same thing, all right? You're not missing anything. So this time we have, I'll solo that. Just the top end, right? Okay, cool. So now we've got the three parts. We've got the low frequency, we've got the mid frequency, and we also have the high frequency. Now if I play them all together, it sounds like a mess, right? So the trick to do is, first of all, you can see just by looking at its low frequency, there's a bunch of information here, which I just don't need. So I'll just take off the snap tool and I'll get rid of that. There's all this noise here. We don't need any of that noise. We're getting there. Because the high frequencies are so short, the transients are so short, you don't need much of them. So this will clean things up. If you just start moving back the the mid frequencies and the high frequencies, and I tend to put a nice little curve on them, little fade outs like this. we're already getting there, right? But I can clean it up further. And I'm noticing there's just a little bit of the start on each of these that I'm not really happy with. So I'm just going to move this start point. And you can see where the waveform's actually beginning for that thud, that kick. It's a bit closer to the transient here. So we'll use that as the start point. That probably doesn't need to be so long, the low frequency. Something like that. Maybe about there. And then the high frequency. Let's try about there. You can play around with that, you know, but you can see the point I'm doing here. The low frequency section is going to be longer. It's got more energy over a longer period of time. The mid frequencies shorter than the low frequencies, and you're just tuning that up and down until you get rid of all the instrumentation. You're just hearing the thud of the kick, and then the high frequency is just that the click, right? The transient, which is really short. And what you end up with these is the kick drum you want. The more I use of the high frequencies, the more attack the kick drum has. Then what I'll do is render the master mix. And there's my Don't Start Now kick drum. Then, of course, what I can do now is to put my kick drum that I've just rendered into my DAW and create a beat. And there you have it. You've successfully extracted the kick drum from any song that you like. And now you can use it in your own music and have fun with it. If you find this sort of stuff helpful, just leave a comment. Tell me what you think, because those comments and the likes together, that engagement really helps this video get out in front of more people, which of course helps this channel grow a little bit more and get some more viewers on it and the numbers up, which is good, right? We all want that because it encourages me to do more of these things. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye-bye.